Some homes get a nice place and a nod. Other homes make guests stop talking mid-sentence, walk over to a blanket or a wall hanging and go, "Wait, did you make this?" The difference isn't how much crochet you own, it's which pieces you choose and where you put them. If you've been crocheting for a while, you probably already have drawers full of stuff. Coasters, little baskets, maybe a blanket from 2 winters ago that's folded up somewhere instead of actually being used. That's completely normal. Most of us make way more than we ever put out in our own homes. But out of everything you've made, only a handful of pieces actually have the power to stop a guest the second they walk in. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which kinds of pieces do that, why most handmade decor gets ignored even when it's really well made, and how to fix that in your own space without buying anything new or starting some huge project. Let's talk about the problem first, because a lot of crocheters run into this without even realizing it. You spend hours, sometimes weeks on something. You're proud of it. You put it out in your living room or your kitchen, expecting people to notice. And then, nothing. Guests come over, they say the house looks nice in general, maybe glance at your piece and say cute without really looking, and that's it. It's not because the work isn't good. Usually it's one of 3 things going on. The first is size. A small piece, even a really detailed one, just doesn't register from across a room. Our eyes get pulled towards size and contrast before they ever notice fine detail. So a coaster sitting on a coffee table, no matter how nice the stitch pattern is competing with everything else on that table. And it's going to lose that fight most of the time. The second is blending in. If your crochet piece is close to the same color as your couch, your walls, or your curtains, it kind of disappears. It's technically there, but visually it just becomes part of the background. This happens a lot with soft, neutral colors. They're safe, they match everything, but that also means they don't stand out from anything either. The third is placement, and this one catches people off guard the most. A gorgeous piece folded up on a shelf, tucked inside a basket, or draped over the back of a chair nobody actually sits in, might as well not exist. Guests don't wander around your house looking for handmade things. They notice what's directly in front of them, or right where they sit, stand, or eat. The good news is once you see these 3 things, they're actually really easy to fix. You don't need a new stitch or new yarn. You just need to pick the right kind of piece and put it somewhere obvious. So, let's get into the actual pieces that work. First one, and honestly the easiest win, is a big, chunky throw blanket in a bold or unexpected color tossed over the back of a couch or an armchair. Not folded neatly and tucked away, but thrown a little loosely so it looks lived in and used. The trick here is thickness and color. A thin blanket in a soft, neutral shade just looks like a blanket, but a chunky one made with thicker yarn and a stitch that has some bulk to it, like a bobble stitch or a basket weave, has texture you can actually see from across the room. Add in a color that's a little different from your walls and furniture, something like a deep rust, a warm mustard, or a forest green, and it becomes the very first thing people notice when they step into that room. Second, oversized floor cushions or pillow covers with heavy texture. Regular throw pillows tend to blend into a couch, especially if they match everything else around them. But a big floor cushion, one people can actually sit on, made with a raised stitch like popcorn stitch or shell stitch, turns into its own little conversation piece. People will pick it up, run their hand over it, and ask where you got it. And when you tell them you made it, that's usually the moment their whole face changes. Third, statement wall hangings. Not the small doilies people used to pin up years ago, but a bigger piece, at least 2 or 3 feet tall, mixing open lace-style stitches with long fringe hanging off the bottom. Put on its own on a plain wall, with nothing else crowding it, it becomes the focal point of the whole room. This works especially well in an entryway or hallway, because that's usually the very first thing guests see when they step inside before they even reach your living room. Fourth, a table runner with real texture and fringe laid straight down the center of a dining table. Most people either use plain playmats or nothing at all. A textured crochet runner, especially in a color that contrasts with the table itself, instantly makes the whole table look styled, almost like something out of a home magazine, without you having to do much else. Add a simple centerpiece on top, a bowl of fruit or a candle, and suddenly the table is the thing people talk about the moment they sit down for dinner. Fifth, a plant hanger. This one is small, but it works because of where it sits. A plain plant in a plain plastic pot just looks like a plant. Put that same plant in a crochet hanger, maybe with a few beads woven through it, and hang it near a window where the light hits it, and suddenly it looks intentional and styled. It's a quick project, doesn't take long at all, but the natural light does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Sixth, a big basket set beside the fireplace or next to the couch, holding blankets, firewood, or magazines. A plain plastic bin does the job, but nobody looks at it twice. A crochet basket, especially one made with a thick rope-style yarn and a chunky stitch, actually looks like a piece of furniture. It's useful, and it's a statement at the same time, which is pretty rare for one item. Guests notice it fast because it usually sits right at eye level while they're sitting on the couch. Seventh, and this one surprises people, something hung across a doorway. A simple crochet bunting or a small garland strung above a kitchen entrance or a window. It sounds minor, but doorways are places people's eyes go to first simply because they're walking through them. A row of little triangles or shapes in mixed colors hung above a doorway adds personality to a spot in the house that's usually left completely bare. Eighth, a lampshade cover. This one takes a bit more effort, but the effect is huge, especially once it gets dark. A crochet cover pulled over a plain lampshade, made with an open lacy stitch, throws little patterns of light and shadow across the walls and ceiling once the lamp is turned on. People notice something feels different about the room before they even figure out why, and once they look closer and realize it's crochet, that's when the questions start. Ninth, a doormat right at your front door. This one gets overlooked constantly, but it's the very first thing a guest interacts with before they even step inside your home. A thick, chunky crochet mat made from cotton rope and a bold pattern instantly sets the tone before anyone else sees the rest of your house. It tells people something handmade and a little different is waiting for them inside before they've taken a single step past the doorway. 10th, curtain tiebacks. Most curtains just hang there, held back with a plain plastic clip or nothing at all. Swap that for a thick crochet tieback with a bit of texture, maybe a twisted cord style or a chunky braid, and it dresses up a window without you having to buy new curtains or touch a Messenia machine. Windows get natural light on them all day long, which means anything placed near a window gets noticed automatically, so this tiny detail ends up doing a lot more work than you would expect. One more thing worth mentioning before we get to the real secret here. A lot of these pieces work even better in twos, as long as they're not identical. 2 floor cushions in the same yarn but slightly different stitch patterns. 2 coasters sized way bigger than normal set under 2 mugs on a coffee table. The idea isn't to make a matching set like you'd buy from a store. It's to make things that clearly came from the same hands but still feel a little different from each other. That's actually part of what makes people realize something is handmade before you even tell them. Now, here's the part that really changes everything, and it's the thing most crocheters get backwards without realizing it. You'd think the answer is to make more stuff and spread it everywhere. More coasters, more little decorations, more small pieces scattered across every shelf and table. But that actually works against you. When I stopped doing that in my own home and instead picked just one bigger, bolder piece for each room, everything changed. One chunky blanket on the couch, one big wall hanging by the entryway, one textured basket by the fireplace. That's it. No clutter, no 5 small things fighting for the same bit of attention. And the compliments went up, not down. Because when there's only one handmade piece in a room, people's eyes go straight to it. When there are 10 small